Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Liberty Den. Kate, how you doing?
Good. You're so professional at that now.
With just that one little intro part?
Just that. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. I know I always mess it up normally. Like when I do Badlands Daily, I always screw it up. Like I'll get the first part right, welcome to whatever, and then I never know what to say. I never plan ahead beyond that. So
Yeah, it's the best part though. It's
yeah,
real. It's
it's
authentic.
it's the worst part, if we're being honest. But it's been a couple weeks since we've done this show. I was actually just with you for a week. Had a great time. But yeah, how's life since 10 hours ago?
What are these emojis at the top of the screen that I see?
Those are on Facebook
Oh,
or maybe even YouTube. I don't know. Guys, we are live on YouTube now. And we are eventually looking to monetize over there as well. But we have like a million qualifications we have to meet. And we also have a strike on our account still. I don't even know how because we've barely ever streamed there. But from like back in April, one of our Badlands dailies got hit with a medical misinformation. And so we can't do anything until we get that strike off. But you can still help us by watching over there. And when you actually watch over there, you can get your comments up on the screen. Like,
fun.
like these are Swayze-less times. I feel dirty watching this on YouTube. I
I
feel
love
dirty
it.
streaming to YouTube.
Yeah, it's a lot of people, I totally understand why people get skeeved out by these platforms that are absolutely awful to us. I mean, I got nuked off of, first of all, when I had my YouTube channel, I would like steadily grow and I would literally watch them shave 1,000 people off every once in a while. I was like, oh, all of a sudden, 1,000 people just at the same exact time decided to stop subscribing to me. So they were doing that, and then they finally nuked me the day that Adam Schiff sent that letter into them asking them to crack down on conspiratorial content or misinformation or whatever it was. Like literally within hours, they had nuked me and a whole bunch of us. But when when we're talking about boycotting certain companies that have gone woke or they hate us or they're spending their money on things that are bad for society or whatever it is. One of the kind of, I don't know, I just kind of feel like we need to use the platforms that we can. Like we used to basically out the people, including the people that owned YouTube on YouTube.
Yeah.
So no wonder they hated us. Archie, hold on one second.
No problem. I'll comment on this because there's a couple people that are saying, let me see here. First of all, a little bit of background. It came out today. It was reported that YouTube is actually going to reverse their course on what they consider to be like election misinformation. So anybody speaking about the elections of 2020, they can talk about it now and say that it was stolen and not get kicked off the platform. That's what they're claiming. And so we are going to go back on there. We're going to try because supposedly they reverse course on the COVID misinformation too. Maybe not. I don't know. But I saw a comment in the chat like, why? Let me see if I can read this exactly.
I didn't hear
Um,
about COVID. I only heard about election.
I think it was CanCon who told me that the COVID stuff got reversed more recently. Even I don't know, whatever. But we'll see. But the comment in the chat from who was it? Donnie Boy. If being on YouTube means you have to filter, why do it? That's not going to be our approach. We are not going to filter anything. We're going to continue to operate how we always have. We're just going to see if we can last on YouTube. I mean, we've been on Facebook now for a couple months and haven't been kicked off. We've had a couple videos removed for copyright issues or something, but YouTube, the Rumble's been great. It's allowed us to, have a platform that we couldn't have had elsewhere. But their monetization, as far as like the in-app monetization for creators, is like far lacking compared to YouTube. And we're doing this to help make these creators money, so we're stream right now. I'm streaming to Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Rumble, Foxhole, and Getter, like 6 platforms. We'll just keep streaming to all these platforms and trying to get the word out as best we can. So
Gosh, remember DLive and Twitch?
yeah, I hate those. Those are the ones I won't. I mean, I don't know, maybe someday I'd go back to Twitch if they stop, if they make a turn like YouTube did, because I didn't even get booted off Twitch myself, but you did and a bunch of other people did, and I was like, screw you guys, I'm leaving. And so I did. And DLive, they kicked me during a live stream covering a Trump rally, but they let Phil Godlewski stay on and do the same exact thing. So I was like, well, what the hell is this? And so I left that too.
That sucks. Well, the thing I liked about DLive and Twitch is it was riddled with young people that have no idea about any of this stuff.
Yeah.
And they had a nice kind of whatever it's called interface on the front where it would just kind of show the videos that had the most viewers at that time. So you would get people that were like, huh, what's this chick talking about? And they hear me talk about Trump like 19 times and then they send a middle finger emoji and then they leave. But anyway, at least, we're getting a little bit more. I mean, I love the Patriot platforms, but I think it's more important to be out there finding new people than to be in an echo chamber.
Yep, I agree. I mean, the same situation with Twitter, right? Everybody's on True Social, and as soon as we got access to Twitter, like that's where we've migrated most of my day-to-day commentary and posting is on Twitter because that's the battlefield, guys. It just is what it is. Same with YouTube. There's more people on YouTube than on Rumble. We'll continue to do both. Rumble's been a great partner. We love Rumble. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't even last like a week or two on YouTube. I bet we get strikes or whatever and get kicked off, but we'll see what happens. We got a comment here for yeah, absolutely. And we're gonna try. Divine Light Soap Shop recently joined Badlands Marketplace. Thank you for doing that. We appreciate it. I do want to get to our first sponsor of the evening, and hopefully I can get through this without everybody making fun of me, because this is Angel Paste, and for whatever reason, all I ever get is shit from people when I talk about Angel Paste. But hey,
it's a mystery.
Yeah. Are you looking for the right Father's Day gift for the man in your life? Angel Paste is an all-natural, organic, American-made miracle cream made using only food-grade plant oils. Patrick's sister, Barbara, makes it at her home in Spring, Texas. Jill in Boston sent in this report about her husband. My husband has a skin disease called ichthyosis. I'm sorry, I have no idea if I said that right. Ichthyosis. Anyway, he's tried everything his entire life to treat this thing, all the way through from regular lotions to prescription creams. He tried Angel Paste the other day, and within 2 days of applying, day 2, she received a text from him while he was at the 19th hole after playing a round of 18. Can't believe your skin lotion. Unbelievable. Needless to say, you have no idea what this means to my husband. Thank you and God bless. Forever grateful, Jill. Experience Angel Paste for yourself today. Go to angelpaste.com, promo code Badlands. And again, it's the all-natural skincare product made by Patriots for Patriots. And I can't urge you guys enough to get this product. Patrick is such a good friend to us, and he's part of our family here, and we got to support those in our family. Yeah, angelpaste.com, promo code Badlands.
And I freaking love it. I'm a lotion snob. I recently cleaned out my bathroom. When I say I mean my mother came over and she likes to supervise. My mom's really good at organizing things. I am not. So she comes over and she'll like help me do an area in my house every once in a while. So recently it was my bathroom. I'm embarrassed at the amount of bottles of lotion I threw away. I had like maybe 47 bottles of lotion, all different.
Why would you be embarrassed by that?
Well, that's like a little excessive. Like 9 is a lot.
Yeah. Well, as long as you threw them away to start using Angel Paste more.
Oh, yeah. I got rid of everything toxic because there was that part of me, even when I was going through the process of, I'm like such a doomsdayer. I'll always in my head, I'm like, but like, what if the apocalypse happens and I can't get lotion? I literally can't live without lotion, chapstick, hair tie. Cannot survive. But, it got to the point where I was like, okay, well, this stuff it literally makes me sick. So I'll just have to moisturize in other ways.
Yeah, CanCon says you can see the Angel Paste on the left of John's screen with the ads up. Yeah, I do have most of the products that I advertise over here. Brickhouse Nutrition, Angel Paste.
Yeah, he staged them all after the Angel Paste debacle.
Oh yeah, whatever. let's not talk about that. Yeah, now everybody just makes fun of me for lotion stuff, and I just can't get over it. But whatever.
You're just too innocent. You're too pure for this world, John. And
I may not have thick skin, but I have nice, moisturized, soft skin because of Angel Paste. So there you go.
There you go.
Let's we did a Twitter post today asking, or not today, it was like 20 minutes ago, asking for people to help with topics for tonight, and I think we should just like go through it and see what people want us to talk about.
Yeah, I'd love to.
All right. And this is one we don't even know yet. We've been still like struggling to figure this out, is where our next GART is going to be.
Mm.
And I don't know, we were looking at Deadwood, but we're worried that like, so when we did Arizona, we had a lot of locals come, and we don't know how many locals we have in like that Deadwood area. And so we're kind of back to square one. I mean, what are some of the places we've been kicking around? I don't remember.
Well, Charleston, we've been kicking around Minnesota, Idaho, the Yellowstone area. I mean, the
Mhm.
thing is that we're trying to do these multiple times a year, and so we want to do them in a place where seasonally it's not going to be hell on earth. So
Yeah.
we obviously want to keep the South for, winter time, and keep kind of the North for summer, fall, whatever. So yeah, where else?
Yeah, I don't know. Some people are saying Texas, but Patrick is going to be doing his next conference in the spring of 24, and that'll be in Texas. So we probably like I think Patrick's pretty much his Threadfest is always going to be in Texas,
Mhm.
and and so we're probably not going to go to Texas with the GART, but I don't
The
know what
the GART.
the GART. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Burning Bright's wife is looking into it. We gotta pick out a place, or a couple places at least, with venues, and then we have to go look at them and make sure they're going to work for us, and then that's when we decide. So
I feel so bad for Burning Bright's wife because we are really making her work. I mean, like, she couldn't be working with 2 less decisive people on the planet, and we're like, "Well, what about this location?" And then she goes and, like, does a ton of research in that location and comes up with these, like, beautiful spreadsheets of everything. She's so gracious and wonderful that she's always
yeah,
like, "Oh, it's fine."
I feel
But
bad for Burning Bright's wife for other reasons,
I knew you were gonna say that.
mainly her husband. Yeah, so I'm just looking at it's cool to see like the Rumble chat is awesome. We have so many cool people over there. I love it. I wish that could populate into our StreamYard thing here, because on StreamYard we can show comments. I love it.
Savannah, I'm seeing Jackson Hole, Wyoming.
Oh, that might not be bad.
Bohemian Grove? I think not.
You guys gotta tag Burning Bright on Twitter or True Social or whatever with suggestions, so his wife sees them.
Tag him.
Tag him.
Take him and beg him.
uh, okay, let's keep going here. CanCon says YouTube. We already kind of discussed that. Best strategies for fighting off the black pillars, from Jeffrey Edwards, one of our admins.
Yes.
He's awesome.
Dude, best dude.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah. Fighting them off, huh? Well, I find a quick, I don't know. Violence is never the key.
Well,
Um,
let's discuss what blackpilling really is. I mean,
yeah.
you think blackpilling, it's easy to succumb to, and you've probably seen it a lot more than like I have, for sure, because you've been in this longer. You've known a lot more people. Like I mean, how long have you been kind of in the movement, so to speak?
February 2018. So,
Okay,
yeah.
it's like over 5 years. And I mean, you've told me like there's been so many people that were in your tight knit groups, like almost like the We the Medias, but before there was We the Medias, that were big accounts, super into this stuff. I mean, a lot of it was probably the Q stuff, but they no longer post anywhere. Like they just kind of bowed out because it got to be too much.
Yeah.
And
A lot of those people, I think it was just, I don't think they black-pilled necessarily. Some did, but I think most of them, it was just like too time consuming. They had to just step back and just focus on the real world for a while, and which I totally 100% get. Because it can be it's all consuming, especially when you don't know when things are going to happen, especially in the beginning, before we had been rug pulled so many times. And we were like, surely this will be the next, surely it's coming soon. It was really hard not to get just worn out and exhausted. But as far as blackpilling goes, yeah, definitely. It was bad even before Biden was inaugurated, but that was kind of like like I was close at that point to blackpilling. I just like I was like bug out bag getting ready to secretly message General Flynn and tell him to touch his nose if I needed to like get out of the country. And it's, it's not good, but I think first of all, protect your own self, protect your energy as far as, how you fight off the black pillars. Don't let them affect you. Make sure that you are grounded in something, some kind of belief. Like, hey, listen, even just picture for a second that everything that we are working towards might not happen even in our lifetime. Like it might happen else, afterwards.
Yep.
Will you regret fighting for the right things? No. So you just keep going, but you have to find something that grounds you so that you don't get exhausted and you don't get influenced by people that are telling you that there's no hope. I explain black pilling as taking the red pill but without the hope. So it's seeing the levels of the corruption, what's wrong, what's going on, but there's no hope there to like ground you and make you feel like everything's going to be okay.
Sure. If I'm being dead honest, and this isn't even like, I mean, it is. This is a lot of self promotion here, but I think you should watch Badlands Media
Mm.
because the people we have here, they're brilliant people, but we try to have fun through this. Like it sucks. A lot of this sucks. I mean, a lot of what we're going through, if you don't understand what's going on, it sucks. But we make the most of it. We look at these situations and we can laugh at it. You got to be able to have fun through this stuff and build that community, be around people that are like-minded, that support you, that you can lean on when you need it. And that's what we're trying to build here. And that's how you get through this. That's how you prevent yourself from blackpilling. You get your news from places that don't doom out all the time and don't flip on Trump. I mean, freaking Stu Peters today. Did you see that? Stu Peters comes out and was like, let me read his post. I could not believe it. I mean, I can believe it because it's Stu freaking Peters, but let me read this
After
quick.
penis soup, what do you expect?
He's what?
He's named after penis soup. What do you expect? No, can I say penis on YouTube? I don't remember. I used to be so good at this. We all used to have code words for literally everything that you couldn't say. And I forgot them all. It's been so long. And I was
Yeah.
like an abused dog. I would like shudder every time I would say the real word. And then I was like, oh yeah, once I got on Patriot platforms, I was like, oh my God, I can actually say real words here.
Yeah, screw that. We're not going to use code words. We're going to just do our best to keep doing what we're doing. If that's not good enough for YouTube to allow us to stay on the platform, then we'll remain on Rumble and go with it, because we are perfectly happy with how things are going right now. We're just trying to reach more people. So we can definitely do that over on YouTube. Anyway, this was what Stu Peters posted today. Trump continues to push the death jabs while pretending Operation Warp Speed saved millions of lives. I think he meant lives, but whatever. It's time to stop ignoring the elephant in the room and rip the Band-Aid off. Trump is a mass murderer. He ushered in the bioweapon responsible for the genocide of millions of people. Regardless of his motives, the results of his actions were no different than those of Fauci, and he should have a reserved place next to Fauci in line at Nuremberg. And guys, when I look at people like this and what they like, a post like this, I would consider this like a conning move, but I don't consider Stu Peters as part of conning. He's part of shilling, like total shill. But when I see stuff like this, like you can choose to engage with it and fight it, or comment on it, troll it, whatever. Or what I would honestly probably recommend for most situations is just block it out. I mean, because you don't even need that negative energy in your life. I commented on it and shared it, whatever, just to make people aware. But I mean, I'll just block them now. There's no point in engaging this stuff or seeing this stuff. I mean, this guy rode Trump's coattails to his following and then turns on him and calls him a mass murderer. It's unbelievable that like this type of behavior on True Social is just, or not just True Social, anywhere, social media, and to see the following he has, it's just ridiculous.
Important to remember, when you block people and mute them, you are actually, if enough people block certain accounts and mute them, you will limit their reach, which I don't super love. I don't think that's the greatest thing about Twitter. I think like either people are spammers and they should be booted, or there should never be like a secret reach limit of anybody's account. I hate that, but anyway, we can use it. We can use it to our advantage. Um, I think he's con ink, but I think he's a different kind of con ink. I don't think he's conservative ink. I think he's con man ink.
Yeah.
But I forgot what I was gonna say.
That's okay.
Oh, I don't know. I like obviously we kind of saw this coming. I think they kind of did a soft run, I think, with General Flynn, where they
Yep.
had them people kind of testing the waters to suddenly like start turning on him and see how that would fly. And I remember back then, I even made a post on it about it on Telegram saying their next move is going to be coming after Trump. That was like last year sometime, or maybe 2 years. They're going to start turning on Trump. And look at the people that are trying to manipulate you with your emotions, right? He's not a mass murderer. You might not agree with what he said about that, but if, like, God help us if we are ever following anyone blindly. And I kind of think that's the point here. We're really not given anybody that we can just like follow like zombies.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and that's an interesting point too. Like, first of all, I see a couple comments about Flynn. Flynn is absolutely a patriot, and he's in with Trump. There's gonna be some stuff coming out in the next year or so. You guys will see. It'll be like, I think that'll be definitively proven. I mean, for anybody doubting that. But when it comes to, shoot, what was your point again? Oh, you said something about, oh man, you said something. Oh, blindly following. Okay. Like, honestly, you guys shouldn't even blindly follow what we say. You should question us 100%. Like, you should question everybody and use your own discernment. We're trying to help you guys learn discernment. And I mean, that's a skill everybody's developing at all times. Like, you're always developing. And I don't even know the right word here. I'm having a brain fart, but anyway, discernment is an important tool that we all need. It should be applied to us too. And then one of the things I still see is like, people that follow Badlands, and I see a lot of names of people following Badlands, they'll come and comment on stuff and like get mad because somebody from Badlands says something that they disagree with. Like, how the heck could you allow something like that on our platform? Blah, blah, blah. And the thing is like, we have the people on Badlands that we have. And we had like, what, 30 some people right away. And we're very, very slowly bringing people on, because the people we had on initially, like right away, were the people that we knew we could trust and would operate with integrity. And then as we, get to know more people and like how they operate and can trust them to operate with integrity, we're going to bring them on too. And so that's the key here. Like, there's a difference between somebody with integrity saying something that they honestly believe to be true or right, and us not agreeing with it. And I'm okay with that. We should be able to do that. It's the people that don't have integrity and are like the shills and posting stuff like that. Like if you disagreed with Trump's vax stance, that's awesome. You can go ahead and do that, and I can engage with you on that as long as I know that you're doing it in good faith. But if you're calling Trump a mass murderer and turning on Trump and doing it so disingenuously, that's not good faith. That's not integrity. And those are the people that we don't engage with. So we want difference of opinions on Badlands Media. We do, as long as it's coming from people with integrity.
Yep, exactly. There's a bit like misleading people intentionally is really our only hard line. Nobody, you can't lie to people. You can't, intentionally mislead people, but everybody's going to have a difference of opinion. Most of us are pretty clear on Trump or whatever, we align there, but not all of us. And I think it's actually good to have voices that are challenging some of our beliefs, because it's healthy. It's good for us. It's good for us to be engaging with a difference of opinion, to be constantly refining, what it is that we believe, and testing it to see if it's true. Because there have been a lot of times every single one of us have thought that we were right about something and then ended up that we weren't. So
yeah. A good example of this is so today, Joe Lang put out a really, really solid article about central bank digital currencies on the Badlands Media Substack. Okay, and I encourage you guys to go read it, badlands.substack.com, check it out. And that's also another avenue you can support us by subscribing over there. Everything's free. As always, we don't put anything behind a paywall, but we have multiple avenues where you can support if you choose to. But anyway, his article it's a much different approach to the central bank digital currency than most people have taken. A lot of people doom out when they talk about it and warn about what could be coming because of it. His take is more like, okay, this could potentially be part of Trump's plan, and he's a Badlands Media contributor. But then we have other Badlands Media contributors like G Money, Patriots in Progress, who are much more Bitcoin focused, and they've done extensive research on that, and they make great arguments for why that might be the future of digital currency. And so those are two opposing viewpoints in Badlands, and they were kind of going at it today on respectfully, but they were going at it on Twitter, and I love seeing that because we don't have that groupthink here. It's fantastic.
Yep. Agreed.
Anyway, let's keep going through. Oh no, let's do our next ad. Do you want to talk about Ascent Nutrition?
I would love to. Do you have the graphic? Oh, you run.
I do.
So. All right. Ascent Nutrition offers deeply transformative and helpful nutrients through their uniquely formulated products. They offer organic and wild harvested products that are known to bind to certain harmful proteins, heavy metals, and toxins, and can help support overall health in multiple ways. I am taking several of these that you see on the screen right now, one of them being the lion's mane mushrooms. I actually put that, it's like a little scoop of powder. I put it in my coffee in the morning. It doesn't taste like anything. It supports memory, focus, and mental clarity. I would say that I do feel a little more alert. Healthy blood sugar support supports overall gut and digestive health. Guys, I cannot stress how important your gut health is. Your gut health, if your gut is out of whack and you have issues in your gut, it can manifest all over your body in different things that you don't even realize have something to do with your gut. So gut health is really important. It also boosts your immune system function, which obviously we all need. I am also taking the sea moss. That promotes a healthy immune system, assists in healthy detoxification. We all know how toxic I am, so I need a lot of help there. Supports cardiovascular health, encourages energy production and hormonal function. Guys, that is what I need. I need energy, and my hormones are freaking everywhere. Freaking everywhere. Jon, shut up.
Don't yell.
Sorry. Promotes healthy looking hair, skin, and nails. I'm looking forward to that. It contains iodine, and which is really, really important, guys, that you're getting not just iodine, but the right kind of iodine. And then also their coffee, their mold-free coffee is excellent. It comes in both ground and whole bean. It tastes delicious, and it's grown without pesticides, which is huge. Coffee is a huge, one of the real yucky ones as far as pesticides go typically. So it's really important to find a pesticide-free coffee. So join us in getting healthier today by checking out Ascent Badlands link in the description and use promo code LIBERTY for 15% off your entire order at checkout. See the description for the link and get 15% off your order with promo code LIBERTY to take control of your health today.
Awesome. Yeah, and they're great people, guys. So check it out. The link is in the description. Use promo code LIBERTY. And yeah, let's get back to our Twitter thread here, see if we got any good ones. And if we do skip over some of these, don't be offended. We're just gonna try to find ones that we want to talk about.
I said that don't suck.
No, that's not what we mean. What is a woman documentary? Yeah, Daily Wire released this. I think Elon Musk shared it. I have not watched it yet. I personally believe I know how to define a woman, but maybe I shouldn't do that. I don't want to get in trouble.
It's amazing. It's amazing. It's
you watched it?
Yeah. In fact, Scott, who I had on Raising a Nation 2 weeks ago, is in it. And it's unbelievable. It really is just really highlights the lunacy of what they are trying to do. And as far as just completely subvert reality. And if you think like reality is our realm, that's our turf. Like if we fight in reality, we win every time. So they have to, thank you. They have to absolutely make up an entire world of nonsense that and like mental gymnastics and all of this stuff. And it's really, whatever you think about Matt Walsh, he is so good at very calmly calling these people out and forcing them to look like absolute buffoons because they cannot defend their own reasoning. They cannot define what a woman is without using circular reasoning. Well, a woman is whoever says that she's a woman. Okay, well, what is that?
Yeah. No, your interview with Scott? No.
Scott Nugent.
Scott.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, I was I forget the name. That was a fantastic interview, and that was 2 weeks ago now, right? Yeah, 2 weeks ago now. Make sure you guys watch that one. It's absolutely brilliant. But yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that documentary. I do like Matt Walsh. I'm not a huge fan of the Daily Wire in general, but you got to give props to good people, and they put out good documentaries and stuff like this. And this is perfect timing for this kind of documentary because of what's going on with all the LGBTQ stuff and all these woke companies going full retard right now. So perfect timing.
Yeah, and I know everybody's got a gut full of it right now. People, I see a lot of comments like they don't even want to scroll past it anymore. They're just like, I don't want to see Dylan Mulvaney anymore. I don't want to see any of this stuff, even if it's from people that are calling it out. They're just so sick of it. It's like that meme where that meme actually breaks my heart. Where it's like the kid coming home from school and the mom's like, how was your day today? And the kid just vomits up rainbows. And we all kind of feel like that. But I do think it's important to at least be paying attention to it a little bit so that we can fight it.
Yeah, actually, I haven't seen Dylan Mulvaney on any social medias for like 2-3 weeks now.
Oh, you don't know he's a lesbian now?
I
So
have not heard.
so he's a straight male.
Oh, okay. Oh, so that's right. He transitioned to female, but now he's into women.
Mhm. I think he's an actor. I mean, he is an actor.
Did he go through with the full tack right part removal?
The tack and tack? I don't know. Um, I have
we
not
do not.
inspected.
I gotta say we disavow that. I've gotten so many emails about that one comment, or anytime I make a comment about the tack right chainsaw and transition surgeries. We're obviously joking. We don't advocate for that, but anyway, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, he came out the other day and said that he is into women. And he had to break the news to his parents that he was into women. So he's basically a heterosexual male. Um, there was somebody, I can't remember who it was. Somebody was posting pictures of him saying, like, oh, isn't it crazy that he's a Mormon? He's not a Mormon. He was in the play, The Book of Mormon. He played Emmett or whatever the guy's name is. And so he's got like the Mormon Bible and the whatever. It was from a play, but I just can't help but think that he is a plant, like Just Human feels about AOC.
Could
I
be.
kind of feel like,
I don't know. It's hard to imagine, like, I mean, because we say that about so many people, like AOC and Dil Mulvaney, and like anytime there's like some person who is out there clearly being just so ridiculous, like, yeah, they're a plant. They're doing this on purpose. This is totally just to wake people up. But the more I think about it, it's like I truly believe that these are just people that this is what they believe, and this is like their agenda, and this is just proof that our society's gotten so ridiculous. And I could maybe see the white hats, or when you look at what's going on with devolution, how I think this is a narrative warfare. And I believe the capabilities of the psyop branches, if you go look at my part 22 and 23, these people can control the flow of information, and they can promote things like a Dylan Mulvaney. Like they can do their own algorithms and promote these people. I think that's more of what's going on than, like, they found this absolutely ridiculous female with a beard and testicles that's out here, like, just making a mockery of everything. And they're like, okay, well, let's just push this one to the forefront, and let's make her look popular so that Bud Light gets her as a, I think that's more of what's happening than these people being plants. It's just these people are that ridiculous, and they're being highlighted, and these companies are so stupid they're going with it.
I mean, whether it is or it isn't, it's just too perfect, like you said. It just really could not highlight the insanity more. So
Yep.
take it as a win either way.
Ghost of Base Patrick Henry says, either way, we're going to saddle them and ride that Overton window push to salvation. And that's exactly right.
Side saddle.
Yeah. Side saddle. Anyway, let's keep rolling here. I mean, some of these virtue versus dogma, Christians ought not to claim to be the only ones. I don't know if the great falling out, Antarctica would be an interesting one. We should bring that up on basis, conspiracies one of these days, because that definitely is an interesting conspiracy theory. The little I've heard of it, I know you know more about it than I do.
Oh, it's endless. There's endless. There's so much about Antarctica that's so fascinating and um even just based on what we literally know, like not what we're guessing at. It's such a fascinating topic. Uh why are we there? Why are so many countries there? Why is it mapped out the way that it is? Why are you not allowed to go there unless it's with supervision? All this stuff. But then there are also incredible stories out of Antarctica. So I love that topic.
Yeah. I mean, do you want to give the overview of like what the theory is behind Antarctica?
Well, it just depends. There are several. Um, a lot of people think that Antarctica was well, there's testimony of there being a hole in Antarctica that it's maybe some kind of, like who knows, like an entrance into inner Earth or a UFO base or something. I believe there was some kind of an emergency, and there was a helicopter pilot, and it was a restricted fly zone. You aren't allowed to fly over this particular area, but they had somebody that was dying, and so they ended up flying over it. And their testimony is that they saw this giant hole in the middle of the snow that looked like it was too perfectly triangular shaped. Um, and the other, there are flat earth theories about Antarctica, that it's actually not a continent at the bottom of our sphere, that it's a wall that goes around what we know as the earth. And um, what else?
CanCon says, isn't there a treaty not to pass a certain point in the Antarctic? Yeah, isn't there like certain parts of Antarctica that are like divvied out to all the different countries or
Yeah.
something?
Yeah, so they all have territories, not all, but like, Germany has a territory and the United States has a territory. And so that's fascinating. Also, another interesting thing is the amount of elite people that travel there. In fact, at interesting times too, like Biden goes there, Obama goes there. Like, what the hell are these people doing in Antarctica? Um, and it's supposedly this frozen tundra of an area that's too cold to even survive without insane gear and whatever.
And if I'm not mistaken, wasn't oh, let me see. Hold on. It was Rubenstein's wife. Remember that article I did about David Rubenstein?
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure his wife was on like some board for like
That's right.
Antarctica.
Yes, and
And
it was Alice.
yeah, Alice Rogoff.
Interesting.
Hold on, let me see. I want to find this because there's multiple people, like a lot of big important people, supposedly, important, quote unquote. They have they're on like these boards and these NGOs that have to do with Antarctica. Let me see if I can find something better about her.
We know they're not vacationing there. You know, what could be the interest in this place?
Yeah,
And
look at this. The Alaskan Connection.
is
This is
that
an
going?
article.
Oh, sorry.
This is an article about Alice Rogoff. This in this picture is Ghislaine Maxwell, and on the back wall it's Arctic Circle.
My gosh.
Yeah, it's nuts. But anyway,
Well, and like failed expeditions, people that, tried to travel down there and then came back with stories of being chased away by UFOs. And yeah, very interesting.
yeah, I mean that's worth its own show, its own dig at some point. Maybe we can
100%.
get into that more. My computer is being slow. I was gone for a week. I didn't update my computer before I went live, so I'm seeing the issues with that now. Okay, here we go. Did you see the Trump milquetoast comments?
Yeah.
What'd you think of those?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm so used to his shenanigans that I just kind of like, meh, okay. Um, I never know. I don't know what it's about, but that stuff doesn't bother me. It doesn't phase me. How
Yeah,
about you?
I think it's funny because here's the thing, guys. Trump makes a comment, a negative comment about somebody, and we all just like do somersaults, like, oh my God, what did Trump say about this person? What does it mean? And we get so like lost into the comms, or what we think are the comms. But a week later, he can come out and make a positive comment, and it's like it never happened. You know what I mean? So sometimes I think we go a little overboard trying to interpret what Trump is saying with what he's saying. And I think that's almost like he's doing it for the headlines. Like the news cycle for a whole day was, oh my God, Trump called Kayleigh McEnany milk toast or whatever. What does this mean? What a rude thing to say to a woman, blah, blah, blah. And again, all it is putting more eyes on Trump. So he's going to keep attacking all these people who say even anything remotely positive about DeSantis. He's just going to keep doing it. I don't think it means anything negative, but who knows? Who knows? Even when it comes to DeSantis, like this DeSantis being the anti-Trump, which is pretty much what he's positioned to be right now, that goes away the second Trump comes out and says, I endorse him for president in 2028. If that's what he chooses to do, it all goes away. So
Yeah.
Don't get too lost into everything.
100%.
Let's see. How to handle working in a woke environment. I left my job after 22 years. I just couldn't anymore. You need a Patriot job page. That's an interesting idea.
For sure. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, I don't know how to handle working in a woke group. Because I mean, when I was working for that school system, it was a Catholic school system in North Dakota. It was pretty conservative. And I went right from there into this. So yeah, I don't know. I couldn't imagine having to like work around a bunch of libs all day long. That would get old.
Once upon a time, it was impolite to speak about politics, in social circles, especially at work. You just didn't bring that stuff at work. But now, it's like we were talking about with the rainbow vomit. You show up to work and like all the cups are, rainbow colored, and they've got, you've got to take a sensitivity course on how to talk to women, like everything, all that stuff. I can't imagine working in that environment. I would just say find some serenity, find some peace of mind, find something to ground you. Focus on things like Badlands, focus on the people that actually get it when you're not at work. So you could just like go there and grin and bear it, because people still need to work, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's so true. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do for you and your family. It's the same thing with the jab. I know a lot of people who they didn't want to take the jab. They didn't believe in it. But they were forced to. Like they literally had no choice. I mean, they did have a choice. The choice was either take the jab and continue to support my family, or don't take the jab, lose my job, lose my income. And that's scary to think about. Like what could happen to your family if you don't do that. So, jab aside, choosing to do what you got to do for your family, I can totally respect that. So it's hard though. That's where you got to look for those red pill opportunities in those environments. I mean, I'm just trying to like imagine what it would be like, but look for the littlest of red pill opportunities, like the littlest of things. And maybe you don't even have to bring them up. Wait for them to talk about stuff about Trump or whatever. Maybe they're talking about, oh, Trump's finally getting indicted or something. They're like, yeah, well, have you heard about Biden's document scandal? Like try to plant seeds with just questions, and you don't even have to say too much, and get them thinking.
Yep, for sure.
This is a interesting one. A day in the life in Arizona versus a day in the life in North Dakota, and where you hope to end up geographically.
Antarctica.
Yeah. Yeah, no, ideally I think we both probably want to be in Arizona. I mean, the weather there year round there's more to do. It's more tolerable year round, but I mean, I do love North Dakota. I don't know. I can see myself snowbirding someday.
Yeah, I think that would be the life. I think everybody's got kind of a soft spot for where they grew up, for sure. And North Dakota is really nice and safe, and that's always nice. There are pros and cons to both. I mean, as far as day-to-day life, we're not the most social people, but like sunshine is really important to me. And I like being outdoors when I can. I'm not like kayaking or horseback riding, although I do like to do both those things. But you like to golf.
Yeah, I like to golf. In Arizona, it's definitely more. I mean, for me, I would say it's relaxed when I'm down there. Like I try to work my butt off when I'm in North Dakota so that I can relax a little bit more while I'm down there. But in North Dakota, like I'm either working or with my kids, and I'm trying to find more time to golf, but I've only been out once so far this year. I mean, the course has been open for like 2 months, so gonna try to do that a little more. But yeah, it's hard. We have so much going on with Badlands, so much going on in the news cycle, trying to grow this thing. I spend a lot of time focused on the Badlands stuff. So when I'm here, it's either working or with my kids typically.
Yeah, balance is so important, and it's really hard to do. It's really hard to do.
Yeah. Janira, when will Kate be getting her farm?
Like immediately. I don't know. When, like,
No.
geez.
Okay, Stanley, I know you guys have discussed COG, but have you considered or gone back further? Just a thought of what if COG was started before now, maybe Bush one or even before, not knocking anyone's digging, just an idea. Yeah, there's other theories out there that say we've been in COG since Bush, and Trump got us out of COG, but there's no truth to that. Poorly researched. You look back, and there's even documentaries I was just watching actually on the airplane, like where they talk about they did implement a continuity of government plan during 9/11, but it was done with by like the afternoon. Bush was back in charge, everything was back normal. They talk about it in the past tense. They talk about coming out of it like so yeah, it has been used before, but it hasn't been in place since then. When are we getting married? I don't think we've really had that discussion yet.
I think they mean me and the cow.
Yeah, you can get married to the cow whenever you'd like.
John and I just realized that, or just found out that cows don't have front teeth. They don't have front upper teeth, which is crazy to me. Because aren't these like the teeth that you use to shred? Seems like you would need those the most for eating grass.
I don't know. That is interesting though. I have heard that before, but that can't be every cow, is it?
I don't know. I haven't asked.
Whatever. Off topic, I seriously can't stop watching the salty crackers portion of the video. Are you talking about the power hour the other night? I'm assuming that was pretty funny. Timelines. I sense a wariness in believers. Never thought the last election wouldn't be corrected until 2024. People have literally given up and think we are pipe dreaming. And that's kind of has to do with that black pilling we were talking about.
Yeah.
You've been in this since 2018, you said. I mean, are you sensing any weariness?
I mean, yes, and I have been since then. And I think it'll always kind of be like that. Even if we start getting wins, nothing is ever going to be perfect. We're always going to be fighting for something. Certainly not everything is going to get cleaned up in a day, as much as we would like to fantasize about that. So I think that it just all goes back to taking care of yourself, taking care of your mental health, making sure you're staying positive and are grounded in something, something that keeps you sane and going and feeling uplifted. And then, and then jumping in the fight and have fun with it, because that's what's going to make it palatable for much longer. If you're just like online arguing with people all day, you're going to burn yourself out. You're going to be it's not going to be worth it. At the end of the day, no matter what happens, whether we win or lose, I really believe we will win. But either way, just feel good about what you're fighting for, and don't stop fighting for it, because there's nothing worth stopping for.
I mean, that's just it. Like, what are our options, guys? Like, we either we don't know the timeline. I personally thought this would be done by the midterms of 2022, and even before that, everybody's like, okay, well, this election, inauguration 2020, this has got to be it, right? Even me, as somebody who didn't get into Q, wasn't like studying devolution or anything, I was just watching Trump go from the election, which was obviously stolen, and his comments and everything he was saying up into the inauguration, thinking to myself, there's no way he's going to let Biden get away with a stolen election. But he did. And then fast forward 2022 midterms, happened again. We don't know the timeline. It's impossible to know the timeline. And I think if there's anything we've learned, it's that I don't know, you can't date fake, and Trump is incredibly patient. And we're either right about what we believe, and there is something bigger building behind the scenes, and we're a major part of that, right? Like, whatever plan is going on behind the scenes, we are a major part of that, because we're the ones helping wake people up. It's the devolution sandwich we talk about, but we don't know the details. And so our two options are we either keep fighting and keep trying to move the ball forward every single day, or what, you just give up and like give up fighting for your country and your kids and your family, and like what else is there?
Right.
Yeah. No date fagging. Yeah, thanks. I know. Big Gouda. You guys. Well, we should probably do our next two sponsors.
Yeah.
Let me start with Field of Greens. Let me get this pulled up. Field of Greens, everybody. We all know how important it is to take care of your health. That's why we have a pretty dedicated focus to, health companies on Badlands Media. Um, Field of Greens has been with us from the beginning, and it's honestly one of the easiest things you can do to take control of your health. It's getting your full daily servings of fruit and veggies. And for people like Kate who don't like fruit, I mean, talk about a psycho, doesn't like fruit, but she can get her full daily servings of fruit in by taking Field of Greens. They take the whole organic fruit and vegetable, they grind it up into powder form after freeze drying it, and then boom, you just throw it in water or protein shake or whatever smoothie, and it's as simple as that. Go to fieldofgreens.com. You get 15% off your order, off your first order. Use promo code DEN to specifically support this show, and you get another 10% off if you subscribe for recurring orders. And Field of Greens comes with a better health promise. It's so good for you, all your vital organs and everything. Fieldofgreens.com, promo code DEN, DEN, and you get 15% off your first order, 10% additionally if you subscribe for recurring, but you don't have to. And then our last sponsor I want to talk about is Badlands itself. Let me go to our website quick and pull this up. We've been talking a lot about putting your morals or your money, putting your money where your morals are. And that's what we're trying to do here. I love the idea of having like some sort of Patriot Jobs portal or something. That's a great idea, but we'll see what we can do there. But what we have done is create this Badlands marketplace. This is our parallel economy, and you got to stop spending your money at these companies that hate you. Okay, I'm telling you. I mean, and I still do it myself, but I look here first. I go to Badlands Media, I go to the marketplace. I wanted to get my kids a set of little golf clubs for us to use, and because I want to get them into golfing, because I feel like if I can get them into golfing, that's an excuse for me to go golfing more. And so when I first couldn't find it, but I'm actively looking for somebody to become a sporting goods sponsor, like where we can get kids golf clubs and stuff. I think it's stuff like that would be such a great idea. But you come here, you sign up if you're a company for the marketplace, and right now I think we have 80. Let me see. Since the last time I ran this commercial, which would have been like 2 days ago, yesterday, we had 86. We've grown by 4 companies. We have 90 businesses, America First businesses on our marketplace right now. And as long as you guys continue to start shopping here before you go anywhere else, this will continue to grow. And I mean, why not? Why can't Badlands Media and Badlands Marketplace become the parallel economy? We can only do that with your help. So again, I urge you, shop here first before you go anywhere else. And if you can't find what you're looking for here, let us know, and we will do what we can to start bringing people on. So thank you, everybody. And badlandsmedia.tv, and click on the marketplace.
Somebody in the I'm sorry, go ahead. Are you done?
That's all I got.
Somebody in the chat said that you called Q bullshit the other day.
No.
I
don't. Maybe I was talking about something else, but no, I legitimately, I wrote a whole article where I feel like you can logically prove that Q is legit and part of Trump's plan. I think you can logically prove it. Go read my part 23. I even call out the people that I think might be involved. And I think it started with, I think Rich Higgins was a huge, massive part of it. And he has passed away, a member of Q. I'm not saying Q died, like some people said I was saying. Do you remember that? Those people are so ridiculous.
Well, this is what I'm talking about. People just come and they just say whatever. Like, oh, well, you said this. Like, no, I literally didn't.
Yeah.
But
it's funny. I mean, shills are shill. Maybe you're not being a shill, but if I said that, shills have accused me of saying stuff like that in the past. So I'm not saying you are a shill. I'm saying that's an attack vector that has been used on us a lot. Or, they'll quote out a piece of the show, like the one where I said, I think Rich Higgins was part of Q team and I think he died. And maybe that's why Q's voice changed. And I haven't even read the drops, but people are telling me, yeah, Q's voice has changed. His recent posts or their recent posts are different from the ones from a while ago. And to me, looking at Rich Higgins' backgrounds, his involvement with Trump's administration and the NSC, and he was close to Ezra, Bannon, Derek Harvey, all these key players, and where he went, his the group he started with, God, what's his name? Can't remember now off the top of my head. I'm getting rusty with my devolution knowledge now that I've been doing Badlands as much. But anyway, Rich Higgins, I think, was part of Q Team, and when he passed away, I think he may have been like the one doing a lot of the posting. I don't know.
Yeah, there have always been multiple voices, at least like 3 different writing styles, I guess you could say, with Q. But that article was really interesting, and I do think that it makes sense that Rich Higgins could have had something to do with it, 100%.
Yeah. Let me pull it up here. I want to find out what that guy's name is now.
Yeah, and then didn't that guy write us "The Storm Is Coming" or like the storm?
He gave a speech.
Yeah, called like "The Storm Has Arrived" or
Steve Coughlin and "The Calm Before the Storm."
Calm Before the Storm. There you go.
Steve Coughlin. But yeah, again, so it's Rich Higgins, who's an expert on irregular warfare, all that stuff, and then Steve Coughlin, who strategic communications, evidentiary-based analysis, all sorts, like that's his topics relating to subversion, intelligence support to information operations, and strategic communications. I mean, these two teamed up to form this unconstrained analytics, and I do believe this is where Q came out of. So read part 23, guys.
Don't feel too bad. I mean, once upon a time, I could reiterate every Q drop, and now I don't even really remember a lot of it. Like there's still a lot of people that are doing an amazing job covering that stuff. And I'll be like, oh yeah, I kind of remember that.
Yeah, it doesn't take me long to like spark it back in, but I used to like read through this stuff every day, like and keep studying and everything. And my research into the devolution stuff has obviously hit a huge wall with Badlands. I still try when I can, but and plus not only that, like I was constantly doing interviews on devolution, and I still get invited on a lot of interviews. I just turn most of them down because I'm so focused on growing Badlands, and so I don't talk about it as much as I used to. So I don't get into the nitty-gritty details. I should do a few more interviews.
Yeah,
get myself unrusty again. But anyway, let's get back to that.
But yeah, you got to get back into the devolution stuff at some point and the research.
I know, we're getting close.
Yeah.
What the hell is this? I don't know who posted this, but it's funny. When you see someone using your signature move, looks like 2 girls wrestling, grabbing each other by their private parts. Explain again why Derek Johnson's a douche canoe. Don't need to go there. Mike Gill, amazing whistleblower. Why have you not interviewed? If he is correct, his website certainly shows sauce. Zany, I think I saw. This guy is attacking General Flynn.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know Mike Gill, but like, I know Mike Flynn. I can text Mike Flynn. I know Mike Flynn, and I know what he's about. Trump pardoned Flynn. What Flynn went through, he was clearly an enemy of the deep state. If you're going to go after Flynn, in my book, that immediately discredits you.
Not only that, but we both now have lived through what it's like to be on the receiving end of those kinds of attacks, where people will just throw all kinds of stuff at you, and then everybody gets emotional over it. But really, when it comes to sourcing what you're talking about, obviously we can't follow anyone blindly. If there was actually a reason to believe that General Flynn was doing something evil and somebody could prove it, we would have to take a look at that. We would be stupid to be like, no, I'm not going to look at that. But I have literally every single allegation that I've seen towards him is something that is like, it has absolutely no sauce, or it's something that is taken out of context, and it's never something that adds up. So,
yeah. I mean, I've listened to some of his work before, and I can't get on board when there's people out there that are like, their purpose is to like attack people like a Flynn and people in this movement. Like think of the relentless attacks we got for months, and they were full of bullshit. There's no evidence to any of it. but they did it anyway because they want to throw you off. It's like hard to put up with that stuff. And I haven't seen any evidence of what people have said about Flynn being anything but a patriot. So
Yep.
Flynn has sacrificed a lot for our country, and yeah, it's tough for me to get on board with somebody who goes after Flynn. So
It's hard for me to get it doesn't even matter that it's Flynn, like, I have a loyalty to Flynn. I have a hard time getting behind anybody that attacks anybody without, like, legitimate sourcing.
yeah,
You know, like, throwing out allegations that Pence is a pedophile based on what? Like, okay, that's a really very serious claim to make. Why are you saying that? Like, show me what, like, was there a case that that I didn't see? What is it that makes you say that? But, there's never anything to back it up. So
yeah,
it's so irresponsible.
yep, I agree. Um, what do you guys? What ways do you guys take breaks from this crazy life you live? How do you and other contributors to Badlands Media keep balance in these crazy news cycles with heavy topics we are all digesting? Thanks for all you do. Been tracking with y'all since I found John's article #1. Thank you, Mama Lou. Yeah, what do you do?
Well, I like to mix it up with, there are a lot of really heavy, dark topics that we research, obviously. I like to mix them in with the goofy stuff or the stuff that kind of like, lights me up, as it were. I like spirituality. I like esoteric history or like hidden history, things like that. Even if it's stuff that I don't necessarily jive with, I just like to read it. It's just fascinating. I was completely like after I woke up, just completely turned off to regular entertainment. So I don't have the luxury of like kind of going back and really relaxing and watching a movie and enjoying it. It's very rare for me to enjoy a movie. So I will still like do research, I guess. I don't really read any fiction. I read stuff that's technically nonfiction, whether it's true or not. But, fun kind of topics. Also, socializing with people who get it. Most of my friends are online these days because we we get each other, and it's
Yep,
good to be able to goof around and also freak out together when something happens that we don't like, and we're like, what is happening, and lean on each other with that. And taking time away from it. We all take breaks, whether you
yep,
see it or not. We might still be kind of I do it a lot more obviously than John does, but I like have to. I
mhm,
will step away for several days and just be like, I can't.
yeah. I would say that I don't really ever get a true break. Like, I don't remember the last time I stepped away fully for like a full day. Like, there's always something, it seems, but some days like I'll step away from the news and like keeping up with like today. Today I was traveling a lot, and most of the time I would, you're on the plane, you can get like the Wi-Fi, and so I get the Wi-Fi and I'd like keep up with what's going on and on Twitter or whatever. And I didn't do that today. I was like, I'm just gonna kind of shut off as much as I can. And so today I didn't follow the news as heavily as I normally would. But yeah, it's I don't know, like I enjoy this so much. I really do. Like the day-to-day stuff, the news, like making the connections, that almost like for me is like a getaway. Like that's like doing this stuff for me. It's the passion. I feel like I found my passion, and I love doing this so much that I don't know, it never really gets me down or worn out or anything. It's just what gets me down and worn out is like the long hours. I almost do the news and day-to-day stuff too much where I lack sleep. And so that's where I end up like once I get to a point where I like hit a brick wall from not sleeping enough with the kids and this, um, that's where eventually like I'll need to take off like a Badlands daily for a morning and just sleep in. Which by the way, I spoke with CanCon today about this. Um, and since we're on the topic for Badlands Daily moving forward, I'm only going to be on there on Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. Um, Thursday and Friday are going to be picked up. One of the days will be Chris Paul, and one of them will be Patrick. They're going to pick which days. I don't know which is which yet, but they're going to be like the permanent co-host on those days. And yeah, I think it'll be good to get more people on there, and that'll give me an opportunity to sleep in a little bit on those days, but then also focus. Because that's a long show. It takes a lot. It's not easy to go live. Like going live, it 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 takes a lot out of you. Like there's a lot of stuff you have to be doing, and I think I was doing it. Okay, 5 days a week with Badlands Daily, I had Baseless Conspiracies, Power Hour Wednesday, Liberty Den Friday, and Power Hour Saturday,
Plus,
and then
like,
plus
coverage.
the live coverages. So like 10 plus a week. Yeah, so it's a lot.
Well, if it wasn't so ding dang early, I could help you out with the Badlands Daily sometimes, but I'm not getting up at 5 a.m. to glue lashes to my face.
Yeah, that was rough about Arizona. Like that's 7 a.m. that show goes live over there.
Yes.
Man, yeah, that was rough. Oh, CanCon's laughing over there. Sleep in. When I say sleep in, I'm saying like I'll get to sleep until like 8 o'clock. That's sleeping in. Normally I'm up at like 6:30 most of the mornings. Not every morning, but anyway.
John doesn't sleep at night. He
Yeah,
can like sleep in the morning.
I don't go to bed. I can't fall asleep at night. Yeah. Let's keep rolling here. Hunter Biden photos got released. I did see that. There's like a new website link with all the photos. I haven't checked that out yet.
Nor I shan't.
Yeah, I don't think I will. Can you find any money with a date past 2017? I've heard this before. I'm not even sure. You know, the bills that were printed in 2017 had Steve Mnuchin on them, and people are saying like you can't find a 2018, 2019. And honestly, like that may be true, but a majority of the money that's printed, quote unquote printed, is just, it's like they're on a spreadsheet adding a zero and then they just send it to bank accounts, and it's not real money in circulation. It's just dollars behind a computer screen. So yeah, I don't know if there's necessarily anything to that, but I haven't really dug into it either.
I don't have any money, so I can't check.
What's next for the fascists? My bingo card has bestiality or cannibalism.
Jeez. I mean, yeah, there's no low that they will not sink to, is there?
No, I don't know.
I mean, if you think about it, it's no accident. This is all by design. And what's the design? The design is the degradation of society. So it will get there. It will. Like, look how fast we got to where we are now. And I was thinking about this today because it's so easy for them, right? Other than just having to live with the rot that is your own soul. It's so easy for them because it's so much easier to destroy than it is to build. So we have to work a lot harder than they do. But we also kind of have the wind to our back right now because we're on the right side of things. And, we will win, but it's just insane.
Yeah, I agree. Reminder, guys, we are over on YouTube. Make sure you go check it out and watch us live over there, because we are trying to build up. Oh, whoopsie. We're trying to build up our. We need to have so many hours of people watching our videos for us to even qualify for their stupid monetization stuff. But also on top of that, we have a strike, so we have to wait till like middle of July anyway. But
So
still,
head on over there and put a video on loop and just let it play for the remainder of the night.
yeah, there you go. There you go. There's a question here about Comer and if Ray gives the documents over to Comer. We'll talk about that tomorrow on the Power Hour, so I won't talk about the devolution-y stuff here too much.
Why didn't Patrick name Angel Pace Devolution?
Devolution. Oh, what an opportunity. But
maybe he's going to come out with a part 2. It'll be like
oh,
or something.
That's such a good idea. Didn't we there at one point we were like joking around about creating our own cryptocurrency?
Oh yeah, the devolution, the devolution.
Was that what it was?
That's what I said. I don't know what you said.
I think there's a different. I don't remember what it was. There's a different play on words with it. Whatever. I'm glad we didn't do that. Let's see. Why are you keeping your relationship a secret? We're not. I don't know what that is about. Why did Trump attack Kayleigh McEnany? We already did that. Please discuss how many years must before you would admit Trump isn't the brilliant strategist to implement the devolution as we hoped. Too much time has gone by with no action for me to believe anymore. Would love to hear at what point you would say it can't be true. G the deplorable. I love those type of comments. For you to say that, like, that's great. Have you read the full series, and do you keep up with the show? Because literally every single power hour that we're on Wednesdays and Saturdays, we go over obvious Q proofs. Obvious Q proofs. Like even this whole Comer document situation. Like, have you guys actually seen what's in there? Let me pull this up. Now we are getting devolution-y. Bear with me. Have you guys heard about the whole July, or sorry, not July, the Jack Smith investigation into Trump, right? And supposedly there's this audio that's going to come out. Do you guys, I mean, have you guys in the chat, Kate, have you heard about this audio?
No.
Okay. Let me just read this article and let me know if anything sticks out here. If I can share my screen. God, it's my computer. So frustrating. There we go. Is it showing over there? Okay.
Yep.
Attorneys for Donald Trump turned over material in mid-March in response to a federal subpoena related to a classified U.S. military document described by the former president on tape in 2021, but were unable to find the document itself. So in 2021, there was a document that the former president was talking about on tape. Okay. Prosecutors issued the subpoena shortly after asking a Trump aide before a federal grand jury about the audio recording of a July 2021 meeting at a Trump's golf course in Bedminster, New Jersey. On the recording, Trump acknowledges he held onto a classified Pentagon document about a potential attack on Iran. Prosecutors sought any and all documents and materials related to Mark Milley, Trump's chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and Iran, including maps, blah, blah, blah. Trump met with Milley at Bedminster, and they were talking about attacking Iran. There's a recorded tape of it. Like, do you guys understand that?
No.
There's a recording of President Trump talking
I mean,
to Mark
I understood the sentence, but
to Mark Milley, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff in Bedminster,
okay.
New Jersey. Like the topic of discussion was a classified document, supposedly classified, about a potential attack on Iran. Why would the current chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff be talking to a former president in July of 2021 about a potential attack on Iran? Does that make sense to anybody?
No, I mean, aren't there several kind of examples that we have of the prior administration getting read in on stuff that?
Yes, all the time. I mean, just like would have been 7 days ago now, 8 days ago, Trump met with Boris Johnson to talk about Ukraine. Like this stuff happens all the time. So we'll talk about this again more on the Power Hour tomorrow too. This is definitely a devolution topic, but yeah. So for those to say that devolution isn't in play, it's such a disingenuous comment to me because there's so much circumstantial evidence, not just before, but what's taken place since, like all the stuff that's taken place since. It's just a matter of the timing.
Well, when you read that comment, what I hear is a lot of emotion, right? I hear somebody that's fed up. They are, they're dooming out kind of, and I get it. But at the same time, I think you just have to be really careful not to lead with your emotions. And when people say like, when is it, at what point will you give up on Trump? At what point will you stop trusting the plan or whatever it is? If there are still if there is still the potential that we can clean this up in like a nice, like that, there are people behind the scenes that can clean this up in a nice, tidy, legal, non-violent way, I will always be, an advocate for that. I will, as long as there are always options on the table for how this can get settled in, a nice, peaceful manner, then that's what I'm focused on. What's the alternative? The people that say that it's time to give up and what are you talking like do you want to now vote for somebody that we know is corrupt, that is a lesser version of Trump, just because you don't like the way that things are panning out right now? There's nobody everybody pales in comparison to him, and that's at best. At worst, we know that they're swamp rats. We know that they're dirty. So there really isn't. I mean, there might be people with good ideals. A lot of the platform that Rob DeSantis is running on are basically Trump's policies, right? But he
Yeah.
doesn't have the cojones. Like, he might be a very nice man. I don't think he's evil or whatever. But nobody is like, can you imagine Ron DeSantis in any of the positions that Trump was in? Like, Trump was able to get done what he was able to get done because of his personality, because of who he is as a person.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure the meeting being referenced here, let me see. I believe it was this one. And we'll cover that whole article in detail tomorrow on the Power Hour. So we'll cover the whole thing, the whole Comer thing. But there was a meeting that I talk about right here from early August. Meadows has been meeting with the former President Trump and cabinet members about plans to move forward in a real way. All this stuff. They referred to. He refused to divulge the specifics of plans being discussed with Trump, whom he referred to as the president, at the former president's Bedminster Golf Club in New Jersey. This is from an early August article. This is in my part 13. But I'm pretty sure this must have been the meeting they were talking about that Iran situation. It has to be. So, yeah, again, we'll talk about this more tomorrow. Anyway, sorry for the squirrel topic there.
Literally squirrel dog right there.
Yeah, squirrel. Let's see what else. Trump's turn, how BP gargles angel paste. Yeah. Good topic. That says it's all the comments on here. I scrolled through quite a few, but
you have a lot of rebel rants.
Oh, we do? Okay, I got those pulled up. Hold on.
You want me to read them?
If you got them saved, otherwise I got them up here too.
I do.
Well, let's do it then.
Alrighty. I'm gonna scroll to the bottom and I gotta move it so I don't have to crane my neck. Dirk McGurkin says the entire Biden presidency can be summed up by the phrase "wait for it, wait for it." Dirk McGurkin again says John is actually on a set in Kate's basement with an exact replica of his stream pad at home. Yeah, he can't sleep now unless it's in a basement. He has really grown accustomed to being a ground dweller.
Yeah.
1027 JS says howdy. DBLY is now a monthly supporter, says makes me wonder how much money have these assholes lost from suppression of truth and promoting lies. Their motives have zero to do with truth and justice. I'm positive on that point. Traitors, absolutely. In fact, if you look at the quarter that YouTube banned all of conspiratorial content, they lost millions of dollars in just a single quarter. And then they went back and did it again. So you know that it's not about money. It's always been about the suppression of information. It has always been about controlling that. They don't need money. They have endless money.
On top of that, though, not only did they lose money, but they also inflicted severe financial pain on a lot of these content creators. Like I know of people, I won't say who they are or anything, but there were people like, I wouldn't say they had a huge subscriber base. Like it was less than what we have on Rumble right now. And just based on like the pre-roll ads that YouTube did, like they were making anywhere from like $10,000 to $20,000 a month doing just like the pre-roll ads. That's what Rumble doesn't have. That's like when you click on the link and it plays an ad or two before your show even starts. That's those are pre-roll ads. Creators get money from that. Rumble does not do that well yet. They're working on it, but YouTube has it down to a science, and like you can make good money doing that. And like that's what we're trying to get to for Badlands, to support these content creators we have. Man, I would love to get to a point where every single one of our contributors could do this full time. Like that would be the dream.
I mean, it's a necessity as well, because we need people are consuming content at such a rate, and there really aren't a lot of people that have full integrity. Everybody's kind of beholden to somebody, and that can't come with us to whatever is coming next. We got to lose that. Barry, 1968. Guys, I'm serious. Branson, Missouri. It's right in the center of the country, has an airport, tons of hotels and convention centers, huge tourism center for families, silver dollar city, music shows, etc.
Silver Dollar is one of my favorite stores. No, not Silver Dollar. What's the dollar store? Dollar Tree. That's what I'm thinking.
Next card is happening at the Dollar Tree.
No, but Branson, Missouri. That's not a bad option. We'll We'll write that down. Isn't that where the Ozarks are? 'Cause I think it'd be cool to do it like on a lake.
I don't know if it's where they are, but yeah, Ozarks are right below Missouri, I believe, right? To the
I have no
south.
idea.
Joel Peter fan, Sioux Falls, South Dakota, or Duluth, Minnesota might be good for Gart. Texan by birth 11. That's what I want y'all to think about Trump going on. Wait. That's what I want y'all to think about Trump going on with people who have loved Trump in a bigot way. I read that right. I don't. There might be a typo in there. Dirk
Yeah, I don't
McGurkin,
know. I
Stu
do.
Peters. I'm sorry.
I do want to address that. Come before that, saying Sioux Falls or Duluth. If we're gonna do South Dakota at all, it's gonna be Deadwood. That's like Deadwood or bust for me. Like that's still my leading contender, but I don't know if everybody loves that idea. So
I mean, it looks beautiful. It just is not as convenient. But I think we get there eventually. I think the next one we should do more of like a hub, something easier to get to, so that we kind of build up the reputation of Gart and how awesome it is. Right now we have one under our belt. I guarantee you most of the people that went to that one will be at this next one. And the more people that go and, know that they're awesome will be more likely to make that trek.
yeah, so yeah, we just need more people. We should do like a whatchamacallit, a Survey Monkey, and send it out to see how many people would honestly come to a conference at Deadwood. Because if we had enough people who would genuinely come, like to us, that's it. We want to make sure we have, it's so good to have the community feeling. We want to have 150 or 200 that we, in the room. So that's we just want to make sure people would come to a Deadwood Gart. So we'll maybe do that.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Dirk McGurkin says Stu Peters, kayfabe or douche canoe luxury cruise. I think we answered that.
Yep.
Dak, hi Dak, 8869. I agree with Barry, Branson, Missouri, right in the middle, and casinos.
Oh, I'm sold.
Evening, Miss Kate. We love you the mostest. Happy Friday, friends. May God bless us all. Thank you, Dak.
You had me at casinos.
And then you lost him at that you love me the mostest. Post Ms, if you guys have Gart in the Northeast in the fall, leaves are changing and I'd be happy to help in any way she needs. I'm planning on coming, but I can't fly. I have to drive, but the Northeast.
Awesome. Oh, thank you.
Nancy K. Reese, there's a difference between censoring and sensory neural. If everyone blocks someone, that's censure. I don't think blocking is ever censorship, and let me tell you why. Censorship is if you are limiting somebody's speech from the public square.
Like
you're
saying like being on Twitter or not even being allowed to post on Twitter, right?
Yeah, like that's the public square. That's like being out in public and like saying that you can't say something. But if somebody has a private page, like they're like their MySpace page or whatever, if they've got they've got a Rumble channel and they've got people in there. When John and I, when anybody is doing a show, this is basically like this is our house. This is our dinner party that we are throwing, and everybody is allowed to be there. But if you start coming into our chat and being disruptive and being annoying and puke on our dinner table and set fire to our curtains, we are going to call you an Uber. It's the same way that if you call me on the phone and you start heavy breathing or trying to sell me something and I hang up on you, that is not censorship. I'm allowed to people are allowed to keep you away from you're not entitled to access to any one particular person or a particular group, but you should have access to the public square always.
Yeah. So, I mean, these people can still post on Twitter, but that doesn't mean we have to listen to them. So if we want to block them, we can do so.
I'm a big fan of blocking. Huge fan of blocking. Oh, yeah. You know what? Several times tonight, we've had people ask us how to like maintain your composure and like make it through this. Block everybody.
Well, no. Don't block everybody.
I know. No.
But there's people out there that do. A lot. Block them.
Yeah, if somebody is getting to you, if somebody's just trying, you can tell the difference between somebody that's being combative and somebody that's actually reachable. Or mute them and then unmute them in a little while once they simmer. But protect your own energy from those people. You don't have to sit there and argue with you're really not going to get far, and it's going to take more out of you than it probably will add to them. So I'm a big fan of blocking, just like the obvious trolls and shills and people that are, coming to get you.
Yeah, we have a comment in the chat here from Shadow of Tataria. 1 for Branson, 2 for South Dakota. And by South Dakota, you mean Deadwood. So 1 for Branson, 2 for Deadwood. Let's see what the vote totals come to.
All
So
right, you keep an eye on that. Posto for Hope. I can say here in New York, I know hundreds of people that got the jabs, know very few that had issues, and those few have other underlying issues pre-jab. Interesting. One Wonder Brunch. Thanks, John and Kate. Badlands is the best. Thank you so much. Dirk McGurkin, new Dylan Mulvaney documentary, Untucked. BDR.
he's so
Sorry,
funny.
I
He
know
needs his own show where he doesn't even do
does.
anything. He just like types stuff up and flash it on the screen. But I mean, he could have his own show where he actually talks too, because his voice, he's the one with the deep, sexy voice.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll kill him. BDR 1230. Come to Boston, please. I do love Boston. One of my favorite cities.
It's too close to Burning Bright's like heart for us to go there.
His heart. His cold, frozen heart.
Yeah.
Willie 87. What is a woman is at 90 million views? What does that tell you about oh shoot, it jumped. What does that tell you about what the public opinion is? Now let's get a Badlands broadcast at that point. That would be awesome.
By the way, I got a movie in the mail today.
What is this, Netflix?
No, I'm gonna watch it. But somebody wait, I got the letter too from the guy. Hold on. It's from Mike Boss. And he and his like they shot a film in 2.5 days. They had a budget during the pandemic of like only $5K, and they made this movie. And it's about let me just read the description here. It's the film is about a 4th of July dinner party that gets out of hand because of the political discussions. The movie exposes and debunks all the left-wing lies and has the power to change someone's unfavorable mindset of America and Trump. It's called The House Divided.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, and so I'm thinking we're gonna have to do a screening of this on Badlands at some point. So
That would be really cool.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll have to reach out to him, get this thing, because this is a DVD, some ancient form of video playing. And so I'll have to figure out how to get this onto my computer. And then, yeah, we'll do it.
I bet if you search the basement, there will be a DVD player down there somewhere.
But not connected to my computer where I can stream it. No, I think he said it was on Amazon. So I'll figure it out and we'll do that at some point. But that'd be fun to do some like, Burning Bright and Chris Paul, they have their story hour where they, everybody, hey, watch your movie. And then, but if we can actually get permission from some of these people and just play a movie, like a live event movie on like some of these Patriot movies, or maybe the Dauntless Dialogue documentaries, they do a great job. We can stream those and have movie nights every now and then.
I love movie nights. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
All right. Kim, and I'm not even going to attempt that. It's Mike Sullivan backwards.
Kim Navilis.
Kim Navilis. Well, whatever. It's Mike. Put the decimal spot in the right place this time. Thanks. Oh, yeah, we had an issue. Thanks again, J&K. Hope you enjoyed your time in the heat. To BB's dismay, you didn't melt. Haha.
Oh, yeah. Did we get that figured out? Because
yes.
Yep. We got it back to him?
Mm-hmm.
How'd you do that?
Magic.
Okay.
Dietem. Are you kidding me? Quit your woke jobs. Dig ditches for $5 before complying. That's one way to look at it.
That's a little harsh. I mean,
it's a little harsh.
It's scary. It's scary. Guys.
It is. It is. And it's hard because it's going to take a lot of inconvenience and a lot of scary moves in order for us to get to where we need to go. I remember whatever, there are a lot of big ass woke corporations that employ thousands of people, and they depend on them. And while probably the majority of those people are smart enough to not support those companies, that's also what they rely on for a paycheck. And there aren't a lot of alternatives right now. So I do think that the Badlands marketplace should start to expand even more. Like, I would love to see it become like a classifieds, where people are, hiring patriots, and it would be cool.
Absolutely.
Dirk McGurkin, girth thy loins, bite down on the rag, persevere, patriots. Mike again, any talks about music-based or art and music-based show in the works at all? Aviation theme would be cool as well. I like all those ideas.
Yeah, there's there's been a lot of like people who've come to us like I was actually talking to the guys from Dauntless Dialogue, Adam Riva. They were going to do a show on Badlands that was going to be, I mean, not really music, but very art and like kind of the film side of things. It's a great idea. Again, it's finding the people that are like truly a good fit, and it's harder than you realize. Because I mean, I know there's a ton of good people out there, but like they got to fit the dynamic with us. They got to like, um, you know, it's there's just a lot that goes into onboarding somebody, and yeah, but yeah, we're always looking for good content creators, music and art, and kind of a culturally based show like that would be incredible. But yeah, so
Yeah. Wooly 87, John, are the Dauntless Dialogue guys going to continue your Devolution series on Rumble? They have amazing docs.
yeah, so we actually we had a meeting with Adam, or like a call with him about a month ago,
Mhm.
and we're going to be doing like our own Badlands documentaries here, and that we were going to partner with Dauntless Dialogue to do them. But then literally the day after we had our meeting where we were like, okay, yep, we're good to go. Let's start this thing. We're gonna start writing the scripts and all this stuff. Literally the day afterwards, Adam gets a call and he got one like an opportunity of a lifetime. And it's it's a bummer for us, but it's like awesome for him. But
But I mean,
really awesome.
it's only going to delay it a little bit. It's not like it won't
Y-
happen. This is-
Yeah. Well, I think this opportunity is going to lead to a lot more opportunities for him. He
Oh,
he he may no longer be in our pay grade, but he did say that he got this opportunity because of the Devolved series, which I think is really cool. And he said when they do the grand screening of it or whatever, like the opening screening, that I get to come with. So
cool.
looking forward to that. I could probably get you a ticket too. Maybe we'll see.
Well, I don't want to go with you anyway. Raptic, credit due, stalemate due to Castle.
Not sure what that means.
Hang on one sec.
You're not muted.
I know.
I just took her out. Okay, whatever. Kate, I muted you, so I'll bring you on whenever you're unmuted. Devil lotion. That's why. Yeah, you're right. Are you back?
I'm back.
Okay.
Sorry.
I
Yeah, I don't know how to mute myself on this new thing. So
I can read through a few of these. You just do it on StreamYard.
oh,
But anyway, Dirk McGurkin, we will find out one day the missing Watergate tape minutes completely exonerate Nixon. That's an interesting viewpoint. Shaky 2000, Kate nailed it. I don't know what you're talking about, but that's generally the idea of things. Ekim Navilis, MG show grifter losers, no comment. Fixed bayonet. If there's anything on our side, if there's anything our side can learn from the left, it's how to play the long game. They've been trying to destroy America for 100+ years. We can't grow weary of the fight after just a few.
well, it's a lot easier when you're a reptilian that lives for 300 years, guys. But they are really good at playing the long game, and I don't really understand that. I don't know why they are so good at that, but
Yeah.
they really are patient.
Yeah. SD Libs 1959. Some of the programs on Rumble have ads you have to sit through for 5 seconds before you can skip it, and the show starts. X22 is one of them. Yeah, there are a few shows that are like doing a pilot program. I keep talking to them to let us be on the pilot program, but we haven't been let in yet. And if you click like the links that we post, typically it'll take you to like the Rumble website through Telegram or whatever. And if you're not signed in and you come in and not on the app, like with not being logged in, you'll watch an ad. And so we do get some of that, but we don't have it where everybody that's like a subscriber watching on the app or something where they get a pre-roll ad. They said we're about a year away from pre-roll ads being everywhere. So
I want to be in the pilot program.
yeah, me too, but whatever.
Pilot's license?
What was it?
Nothing.
You making dumb jokes again? Donnie Boy, what does the tattoo on your inner right bicep say, John Kears? It's the lyrics to Mumford and Sons song. Somebody guessed it the other night. in the chat what lyrics it was, but anyway, Stretchler, come to Michigan, Great Lakes. What do you thought about? Don't you have family in Michigan?
I do. My mom's whole side of the family's from Michigan.
Yeah. Net Chick 303. I have learned so much. Hey there, mister.
No.
Should I take you out?
No, it's okay.
Okay. Netchick 303. I have learned so much from Badlands Media. Thanks. Thanksgiving. Dirk McGurkin, got a Twitter problem? Call Dirk. I'll come over and not sequitur their ass into submission. And then Margaret Carlin, Badlands cruise. I don't know if I could ever do a cruise.
I can't.
It's not for me.
Not me either. I'm not a cruiser.
CanCon. So in the chat, I said Florida, we're probably going to do like in January area. And then CanCon says, oh my God, you're so gay for that. Too cold in North Florida in the winter, though. Could be in the 30s January. Definitely want Miami, Fort Lauderdale. We'll figure that out. But, we want to do these 4 times a year. So obviously we want to go to the warmer climates, when it's colder everywhere else. And CanCon is still on one. He says cruises are the best. I'm not one to be like out in the middle of open water like that. I'd just rather, I don't know. There's so many cool places you can go in this country. I don't want to be on a boat in the middle of water.
Yeah, I'm claustrophobic. I'm seasick. I'm cranky. I don't want to.
But yeah. Anyway, that's all we got for you guys tonight. So we appreciate you guys joining us. Tomorrow, you're doing your show tomorrow?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Raising a Nation tomorrow night. I will have Ash with me again. She's going to be my new co-host, and really excited about that. So
yeah, Ash is awesome. That show was awesome. So looking forward to that. We got the Power Hour tomorrow night as well, 10:30 Eastern. So good lineup tomorrow night. Make sure you guys tune in. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. We appreciate you all. Hit that thumbs up wherever you're at, whether you're on YouTube or Rumble. And we will see you tomorrow night. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us, and don't forget to hit the thumbs up on this video. And a special thank you to all of our advertising partners. Please remember to shift your dollars to support those businesses that support Badlands Media. And if you're interested in advertising with Badlands yourself, reach out to Kitty Gillespie. Her email is ads.badlandsmedia@proton.me. That's ads.badlandsmedia@proton.me.